Okay, now we're going to talk about eighth notes. Okay, so I'm just going to write over here, this is your quarter note. Okay, a quarter note is worth one beat. So keep in mind that takes up one beat. So DJ, eighth notes are kind of what you were getting at, when you talked about double beats. All right, so an eighth note looks like a quarter note, except it has a flag on it. And so before, every note we talked about was worth one beat. And you would count this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's not a big deal, right? If you wanted to put two notes on one of these beats, you have to add a note, for instance here, put it stem, but you would connect these two notes. What this flag tells you is that you're playing these faster. This note goes in between these two notes. So we call these ands, A-N-D-S, and you write it with a plus sign. So this would be 1 and 2, 3, 4. What's that?
That's why I always go 1 E and 2 E.
Yeah, we're not dealing with E and yet. This is just the and, okay? So if we're talking about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's these kind of notes, okay? So this rhythm here is going to be 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let's play that. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, look up here. We're trying to learn to read music.
Oh.
Don't look away and play what you want to play. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, good. All right, let's add another one. Let's do this one here. What needs to go here?
And.
But it's marked with a plus sign. So when I ask you in the future, just say and, okay? Don't say plus, because we don't say 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4. We're not doing that. We're doing 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so let's play this rhythm. What?
Since they're together, wouldn't we play them on the same hand instead of switching?
You could do either way.
Okay.
I mean, if it's slow, you would probably switch. Well, if it's slow, you would probably switch your hands and play single notes. If it was faster, you might do a double to play a diddle. But usually they'll tell you how they want you to play it. Like you'll see R's and L's under it. Okay, so let's play this one. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, yeah, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, let's add another one. What goes here?
And. So it's like this.
Okay, so you would count this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's do it. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. All right. Now, if I want to take one of these out and make it a rest, this is an eighth rest. I could do that, but wouldn't this basically be the same as a quarter note? Right? Yeah, it's like for drummers, that's basically the same thing. But if you're not a drummer, let's say you're some sort of wind player, or you play guitar and you got to play a note that sustains. When you see a quarter note, all that means is the note sustains for the whole beat. But in this case, if you were a guitar player, it would only sustain the first half of the beat. So like this would be 1, 2, da, off. Whereas this one might be 1, 2, da, off. Okay, so it would be shorter. But for drummers, like if you're playing snare drum, you would play it exactly the same. So I could put a rest there, and all that means is you're not playing anything for the and of 4. Okay, so we always refer to the ands, for instance, like the and of 1, or the and of 2, or the and of 3. Now, here's B4. Is there an and here?
No. Could be.
There is an and there. I just didn't write it on there because we're using a quarter note and not an eighth note. I don't need to put the eighth note there, so I don't have it written there. But there is an and there. The ands are always in music. They're always there. We're just not always we're not always counting them, and we're not always playing them, but they're always there. Does that make sense? Okay. So they're always there. It's kind of like, you know, if you have a foot, are there inches in that foot?
Yes.
Yeah, they're there. We're just not always counting those inches. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this away for a moment, put it back to normal. We're going to make things a little bit more complicated. For instance, let's take this note. Think hard on this. Couldn't I just put a quarter note here?
Yes.
That's not right.
No.
Why not?
Because that's an eighth note and a quarter note is a single note.
A quarter note is longer than an eighth note. So if I put a quarter note here, the quarter note would actually take up this much space. But we already have a note here, so we can't do that. An eighth note is a shorter note, so we can put that here. So the way you would count this is the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The only difference is you don't play anything there, you rest. So when you see a rest, do you play anything?
No.
When you see a rest, do you count it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's play that. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 2 and 3 and perfect, you guys nailed it. Let's do another example of it. Let's put the note back. Put that back. And let's take this one away. Now, when you have a single eighth note, the flag always goes behind it, like that, okay? I'll explain this thing in a second. Alright, so here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, let's play that. Praise on, you ready? 1, 2, ready, and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Who played beat 3? You're supposed to be paying attention, man. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you, not for me.
I did. I can't.
You think I know how to read music?
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for me. Alright, let's do it again.
Can't see.
1 and 2 and ready and go. And good. Alright, let's do one more. Let's do this. You're resting on beat 1. Then you play on the end of 2. Or sorry, the end of 1, okay? So here you have 2 rests in there. You got a rest here and a rest here. Let's try it. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1, 3. Perfect. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Okay, let's do actually something else with this so that I know for certain that you guys understand what we're doing. Alright, now your quarter rests look like little lightning strikes because I stink at writing them. So I put one right there. Let's see if you guys can play this without me saying anything about it. We're going to play this whole thing. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A rest on beat 4. A rest on beat 3. Now this rest carries over to that 8th rest.
So you basically count 2 beats in one. I mean, like, count twice.
It's yeah. There's a when you see this thing, it's really the same thing as 2 of these. But I didn't have to write that in there. In fact, I probably should have just erased that to not confuse you. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So let's play this again. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when you're playing snare drum or the drums, like you tend to play a lot of notes, but you need to know how to read sparing notes, like kind of like this here, where you have a whole bunch of space between or before the note and after the note. You need to be able to do that. You guys have any questions about the 8th notes? Okay. All right.
Oh crap.